Hi, my name is Sky, and I have a request that Kevin Pereira be nominated for a Peabody Award. And the reason why is because I was looking it up. A Peabody Award is for a person in broadcasting, in particular information broadcasting, which is G4 TV's attack of the show, and a lot of the content on that show, such as news, information bits, sharing, you know, talking about websites, talking about the phenomena of popular web phenomena. Like why is this thing popular? Why do people dig this thing? He explains it, and then he conducts a panel discussion called The Loop, often presenting very good, interesting and well-known, knowledgeable characters, who know, or personalities, people who know the subject matter and can vouch for one side or the other, fairly well. So he's able to present a lot of information to the American audience in an entertaining manner that is also educational, because he's presenting information to a broad audience. A lot of the audience is teenagers, and especially to like 12 and even 10 years old. Um, and even to like an elderly audience. So there's like been cases of grandmothers, who watch the program in their homes, So anyways, what I'm saying is that you know, what Kevin Pereira, and Kevin Pereira is basically the horse. He's the driving force behind the show and its production, and it's he's a associate, one of the producers, segment producers as well, and you know. I've heard too that the most well-paid man in G4 television, and considering what he does, I totally believe it. He drives the show. He's been able to do the whole entire show, standing. So, very amazing job in that case. Um, the but the other thing is that he's able to present a very entertaining and enlightening and like look at me and listen to what I'm saying, attitude, and then he slips in very valid, thorough information. Um, and sometimes he does in kind of a chide manner. But the thing is, it's all laced with information. Everything he communicates is just like these are the facts. This is what's really going on. He has done the research. He has looked up the facts, and so and I say this in particular because today they just had a discussion about smoking in movies and whether it should be totally banned or not. And very valid points were brought up on both sides. And Kevin Pereira, is such a amazing, like he's really figured out the interview craft as well. He does a pretty good job, and he really knows how to make it exciting, and kind of like he does a kind of Howard Stern approach at times, but a lot of times it's highbrow. A lot of the material he covers, and then he just knows how to deliver lowbrow entertainment as well. This is why I nominate Kevin Pereira to replace Conan O'Brien when he switches over to the night show. So rock on, brother. And if not that, then whatever Brian Seacrest is not doing or whatever he is, that kind of appeal. But I would like to nominate Kevin Pereira for the Peabody Award, and I would hope that we can generate some popular support one way or another. If people feel like let's see, let's try to do this kind of thing. Let's go for it. But in particular, like if there's the thing is to nominate Kevin Pereira, there's a fee required for the Peabody Foundation, which is understandable, because it's basically a charity, and so you have to kind of, buy into it. But to be recognized, is pretty outstanding. So, I don't have the money, but if there's somebody out there who has some money, would like a charity event, or a charitable, thing to do, and it's not so much to help Kevin Pereira's career, but it's also like to give validation to what he does, because he, what I'm saying is that he is presenting information about the internet culture, this very youth-oriented, young, hype-energy kind of subculture, which is gamers, if you could, coin a term to it, but is these guys, gamers, and that's what Kevin Pereira is presenting. He's presenting information to this, group of people who have their own, they even have their own ways of communicating with each other. So one of the ways you identify as a subgroup, by the way, is that language. And it's a subgroup that expands beyond borders and neighborhoods and horizons. It's world encompassing. But as a result, Kevin Pereira is able to engage the audience, to attract their attention, to keep their attention, and to just be hilarious. In fact, the whole staff of G4, all the writers, and on all the original programming, and their new programming that is promulgated every day, every week, is all of them are deserving of high recognition because they're putting together better material than you'd see anywhere else, in my opinion. And it's a live to semi-live format, and it's just it's very entertaining. It's very enlightening. I'd much rather watch that. My parents even got into it, and they're school teachers. By the way, it's a little, but my biggest problem with Attack G4 TV, and especially Attack of the Show, is the misogynist humor. I think they need to be more of a female friendly, or have a female friendly kind of take on it, because I think they're really excluding a large market, for themselves. But anyways, the to get a Peabody Award for Kevin Pereira, I would need a donate. I think if somebody would feel like donating money, or if somebody wants to organize a charity fund for it, and I won't take responsibility for the money, but if somebody else does, would be comfortable with that, then please go for it. So I mean, what I'm saying is that I don't, if somebody wants to do something for it, if somebody wants to help Kevin Pereira or give Kevin Pereira this, or Kevin Pereira himself, wants validation. I'm a fan of Kevin Pereira. I'm a fan of his work, his material. I like seeing what this guy does. I like what he says. I feel that he speaks the truth. And really what it is, that the truth is deliberation. He deliberates with himself. He's able to present information he knows and he understands, and he pursues knowledge. So when he presents information to you, he's giving you the sense of the country, and the sense of like what is the wiki knowledge in a way, but it's also what is acceptable, what is understandable, and what is cool, basically what's going to make people think and make people, either agree or disagree, but really it's going to make people, realize, yeah, this is kind of the way the world is, and we can either accept it or not, kind of thing. Anyways, getting back to the Peabody, Kevin Pereira, or to get Kevin Pereira the Peabody, need money. So, like I said, if somebody wants to donate to a charity for this, or give them money, and hey, write off charity, God, Mr. Bill Gates. But anyways, this is just to this is my sort of little plant a flag of support, in that camp, or to plant that idea in the consciousness of the audience of G4, and who knows, maybe promulgate this idea, and do whatever, hackers, go for it. But anyways, not going to do any hacking, sorry. But, think about it, if that could be done. Kevin Pereira, man, if I was on the voting committee, seriously, man, and I would convince everybody on that panel, to give it to you as well. So, and there had to be some amazing guy, to beat you out in that category. But anyways, so that's my thing.